In every life, or film, or dream, there is one theme, one same old scheme. There will be call, there will be mentor, there will be fall, unprecedented. There will be treasure after winning, the greatest pleasure for a bee. But after getting the reward and coming back to your own squad, no one will understand a word about you fighting with your sword. There is a hero in every nation. Rise and path, not destination. Yes, I was inspired for this little lyrical digression, though the topic of today's video will be surprisingly extremely pragmatic and practically applicable. Hi! Long time don't see. Well, I've been on my own hero's journey this whole time, and I probably still am, someone in the crisis, but no time for excuses, straight to the point of this video. Hero's journey is an amazing concept. It's actually a pattern that repeats consistently in our lives and in every fictional movie or book that you have seen, and by recognizing it, I can predict the future. Wait for it. Yes, I'm seeing the energy of these cards trying to tell me the true future. You have a grim! Oh no, wait, it's a crocodile. Means you're ignorant. No, not that type of predicting the future. Though, if you would need a fortune teller on your wedding or funeral, hero's journey starts with status quo, where basically nothing happens. Yeah. Exactly. Welcome to my life. It's your comfort zone, where everything is familiar and predictable, and tomorrow is just the same as the day before, and the day before, and the day before, and okay, I think you got the point.
Every day, like the one before.
Always the same narrow people, the same mindless chatter.
And then something interesting interrupts your carefree existence. Step 2. Call to adventure. What could it be? A mysterious message, a riddle from the past. An invitation for a new job or a new country or a new person, or maybe a contest, a challenge, an opportunity, a new belief, an information, some new ideas that completely change your perspective.
Hello, Neo. Do you know who this is?
Obvious.
Something always happens that doesn't allow you to live the same life you lived before. Now, something is going to change. But usually at this stage, we reject the call. We are scared to change our lives, to leave our comfort zone, to change our habits and everything that was familiar. I mean, why should we? They might be not the best patterns in the world, and it might be not the best existence in the world, but anyway, it's so comfortable, and but the call becomes more and more insistent. Yes. Again, adventure. No one calls me but adventures. It promises a reward, a worthy treasure, and you might even accept the call and make your first steps in this direction, but then you usually fail because you need some help. And an amazing part is that this help always comes. Step number 3. Assistance. It really is very interesting observation. As I started to see this pattern in my own life, well, first of all, I was really shocked about how accurate and successive it is. Like literally every single step is following one after another in my life. And second of all, I was really fascinated with the fact that this help, this mentor, this assistance always comes at the beginning of your journey. Somehow when you just have enough courage to start it, to accept the call, and to take a boat and sail into this dangerous, endless ocean of life and unknown. All the resources, all people, all the information, all skills, everything that you need to reach your point of destination, to reach your goal, just happen to come to you. It comes naturally, and it's really interesting. A magical assistant. Oops. Yeah, I'm sorry, I think I just lost my flower. Well, it wasn't very beautiful to begin with, so. But this assistance doesn't necessarily need to come from a real person. It could be a book, it could be an example from history, it could be your spiritual friend or dreams. Yeah, this part of the world also exists. Welcome to the mysterious life. The main thing is that the one that needs help will always get it. Now I sound like Dumbledore. I need a beard. And then after or by receiving this help, this assistance, every hero comes to the fourth step, departure. This is the step where he crosses the line between our ordinary, well-known, well-studied world and enter this new one, this special, this dangerous and full of surprises world. You know what I mean, like a new social group or new environment, new activity, sometimes the whole new country, culture, or even world to explore. And then step 5, trails begin.
You're not in Kansas anymore.
Sometimes all trails go smoothly. Usually all trails go hard and you need to learn in the process. You need to study this brand new world or country or work or activity or society. You need to learn how to act and to react in every situation. And you receive these magical instruments, which is your knowledge, that will help you in the final battle with the final boss. Step number 6, approach. Time to face your biggest fear. Now the most hardcore part starts. So, it seems all the time, because of all those decorations and mentors and treasures and departures and trials and then return in the end, that all this journey is an external path that happens somewhere here in this strange, beautiful world. But, you know the truth already, my dear good educated viewer, that in reality this is an internal journey, and it is always about the things that are happening inside of you and how this journey transforms you from the inside, how this changes who you are. And so here is the tricky part. When you actually meet, when you face your biggest fear, and somehow you always meet it, but usually in a metaphoric, symbolic shape, for example, a dragon or a Voldemort, or well, usually in the shape of your failure or breakup or a competition, an extreme situation, like I can smell your fear and it is near. And this main battle, which definitely will happen during this journey, happens not in the reality, but in your head. Because this fear is in your head and you're basically fighting with your own self. You're fighting with your shadow, with your ego. And this, I told you, this is tricky. This is so tricky actually that it leads you almost always to the 7th part, crisis. The hero's darkest hour. This is a place, second, where usually in mythology, in a symbolic meaning, hero dies. He dies, like his personality dies, everything he knew about himself, everything he knew that was true. But why? Only for the rebirth. Only to stand up again as an absolutely new person. And this is exactly what happens with us after crisis. A rebirth, a new understanding, an enlightenment. It could seem like this enemy is outside, but it's always something that is within us. And after winning this battle, you receive step number 8, your treasure. It's interesting how after the worst possible thing that could happen to us happens to us, you understand that it wasn't the worst possible thing, that you don't have a fear of this thing anymore, exactly because it happens. Treasure could be different. It could be a prize, it could be a real reward, it could be again a person, it could be like a princess in the castle. But as much as with a dragon, those all are symbolic forms, but the most important thing is what is inside of this form. What is the deeper meaning of the treasure as much as of the fear of the dragon that you won. And then comes the result. And this result could be absolutely different. During this journey, at the end, you can realize, for example, that this goal, this thing that you wanted at the very beginning is not really the thing that you want at all. And you change your perspective completely, as much as you can win and receive the thing that you wanted, and it could be happy ending and princesses and all those stuff. And then there is always this return in your ordinary world, which is also very beautiful because it happens all the time. No matter where you go, no matter in which adventure do you come, you always come back to the point where you started. And so then, step 11, you start this new life. You're at the same place, but you can't be the same. You live different, you feel different, you breathe different, and therefore the last step, the 12th step, is resolution. Now you maybe sit down or maybe just think and write all you've been through, all your new understandings, all your new decisions and resolutions, how you would want to live right now after this amazing journey you've been through. And then you come back again to step number 1, which is status quo. And then one interesting thing that you need to remember, that after status quo, just wait for it, there always will be your new call to adventure.
You're just tired and rode out.
This concept, this thing, is really amazing because you can observe it in your life. You can see all these steps from your journeys that you've been through before. As I can see this in my life, I really can write every single step as if they were like written in this magical script of my life, of this beautiful game I'm playing. And this also helps you to perceive the world relaxed. For example, when there is crisis, you know this is crisis. You know what will happen after, and what will happen after exactly. The treasure. Hero has his darkest hours, but after this point you will get the treasure and you will complete this circle of journey and you will start it again. So there is nothing crucial in this. You know that when you are in status quo, when like nothing happens, you definitely will receive a call for adventure, and not even one. And it's interesting to recognize them. And if usually we deny those calls because we are afraid, when you know about this scheme, about this pattern, you know that you can accept it and you can start this new journey, this new chapter in your life. You become more sensitive to such things. It's also very interesting to know, which is absolute truth, then when you need help, you always get this at the very beginning. So when you receive this call and when you see, oh my God, this is such an amazing thing, this amazing journey, I want to try it, I want to be in this. For example, you got a new opportunity, you got an opportunity to move to another country or to start a job of your dreams, or I don't know, anything interesting, like you met a person you always wanted to be with and you don't know how would you do this, how it is possible for you to do this thing. You need to know that assistance, it could be a person, it could be a book, it could be information from internet, but assistance will always come and it will give you exactly what you need to complete this journey. There is some magical help in this world that always comes to you at the right time. It's also interesting to recognize yourself at the moment of trials. They could be hard sometimes and you always can think like, is this crisis? No, it's not. It's still not, though it was hard. Like every little trial, you know that you're getting closer and closer to the biggest trial, to this biggest fear. But then after completing it, you will get new understandings and new resolutions, and this helps you to move forward and to understand where you are at this point. And the main part, I think, of this conception is to understand that the main journey in our life is this inner journey that we are in. There are many little journeys happen to be with us, many little things going on, many bigger things are going on as well. But there is one like main primer hero's journey that we all are in, and which is about understanding the reality itself, understanding our nature, to become a real hero and to defeat this biggest enemy, which is our ego, which is our demon, which is inside of us, which is hard and means enlightenment in the biggest possible way, which I'm far off. But this is interesting that this concept helps you also to understand how this adventure, how this journey comes to you to show you what reality is. And reality consistently wants you to learn, to study it, and to understand its nature. I really hope that this information will inspire you as much as I am inspired knowing about this scheme and recognizing it in my own life every single time. And please write me in the comments if you recognize something in your life, if you know in which stage you are right now. Please write me, I really will be very interested and curious. And yes, don't forget to like, to subscribe, please, to support this channel and things that I do once in a month. I sincerely wish you all happiness and deeper understanding of your true nature and the nature of reality. And remember that together we'll make our world better.